They are images that are tough to look at. A hot air balloon with two people in it crashing into power lines. This happened last October here in Albuquerque. The passenger was electrocuted by thousands of volts and he lived to tell about it. It's a story that you're going to see only on 4, and he shared the story of his recovery with our Jen Sampin. Jen, what an emotional story.
It is, and you may remember this happening in last year's balloon fiesta. 5 months later, this man's still recovering, but get this, Chris, he and his pilot want to go back in the air. And there you have this story of survival.
It's tough. My heart's beating like crazy.
Danny Lovato says he is not only facing a piece of his traumatic past, but reuniting with an old friend.
I'm glad I saw it, but like I say, it's emotional for me.
This is the first time he set his eyes on the gondola he was in the day that his life would change forever.
It's just the sight of it is just, and you know, and then you think, how did I make it out of this? And I have no idea.
October 2013, Lovato and his pilot, Mark Kilgore, were on one of their countless flights at Balloon Fiesta. FAA reports the wind was too fast and the landing area too small. Their basket crashed into power lines in Rio Rancho. 12,000 volts of electricity jolted through Lovato's left shoulder, down his body and out the back of his leg, catching part of the basket on fire. Doctors amputated Lovato's arm. He spent over 2 months in ICU with multiple surgeries and is still going through physical therapy.
The first doctor that looked at me was shaking his head.
If the Lord's hand wasn't on us, neither one of us may have been here today.
He and his pilot are preparing for their first flight since the crash.
I remember all the good times that we had. And like I say, we've been flying for 9 years.
Parting with their old memories to make new ones.
It's not going to stop us. It's not going to hold us back.
Lovato says the healing to any tragedy starts from within.
If you keep on going, it just gets better and better. And you're going to have if you have a good attitude and a good spirit about it, then you'll overcome it, and it'll be worth it in the end.
He says his faith, family, and friends have helped him get through.
I keep looking at the people that I've met and the good things that I've done. And if it took this to do it, then I'm happy. I mean, walking away from our first life and going into our second life.
And for these two friends, it's not just about moving forward, but rising above. Lovato and Kilgore are taking that gondola and giving balloon flight safety talks all around New Mexico. They plan on taking that flight next year's Balloon Fiesta. Chris.
Inspired.